A very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Government plans to provide economic relief for public servants after Thai Pongal. Fiscal consolidation is the focus after achieving stability, Central Bank Governor says. News in detail. President Wickremesinghe acknowledged the economic hardships faced by the public and assured that public servants would receive economic relief following the Thai Pongal celebration this year. The president emphasized the urgency of addressing matters related to missing persons, land releases and environmental conservations. The president said this speaking at the District Coordinating Committee meeting in Jaffna yesterday. He underscored that with the stabilization of the country's economy, economic relief measures are being extended to the entire population. President Wickremesinghe disclosed that all outstanding bills resulting from last year's economic reforms have been settled. He outlined plans to elevate the economic growth rate to 3% by the end of this year, with a targeted increase to 5% in 2025. The president inquired about the status of missing persons, directing officials to expedite the process and concluding the remaining cases swiftly. He proposed contacting the Missing Persons Office for a resolution, setting a target to complete the task within the next 6 months. Speaking at the event, President Wickremesinghe extended a special invitation to all members of parliament representing the Northern Province to actively participate in the Northern Province Development Program. He stressed the importance of collaborative efforts for expediting development and called for accelerated collective efforts in building the country's economy. The president highlighted the country's strategic focus on energy export, envisioning Poonering in the north as an energy center. He expressed the intention to invite the diaspora abroad to participate in opportunities following the establishment of the new Economic Commission. President Wickremesinghe expressed commitment to transforming the Northern Province into a prominent agricultural center through modernization. He instructed officials to expedite land release and indicated a definitive decision on land for the Palali Airport and security forces by February. The president also instructed officials at the Ministry of Lands to visit Jaffna, urging immediate steps to address land problems in the north. He further highlighted allocations in this year's budget for water schemes to resolve water problems. Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe highlighted the future direction for Sri Lankan's financial sector, emphasizing consolidation as the next big focus after achieving stability. The Central Bank Governor said this speaking at an event held in Colombo recently. Dr. Veerasinghe acknowledged the challenges faced by the banking sector, which endured spillover effects from the recent economic crisis. Dr. Veerasinghe pointed out that credit risk remained elevated, reflecting the deteriorated debt servicing capacities of economic agents due to adverse economic conditions. Concerns were raised about credit concentration risks, which posed higher vulnerabilities due to economic and climate-related issues. The governor highlighted increased investments in rupee-denominated government securities, resulting in a significant boost in liquidity ratios for the banking sector. Some banks, including 2 domestic systematically important banks, reported a decline in profits during the period. Despite challenges, the capital adequacy of the banking sector improved, primarily due to a decline in risk-weighted assets. However, a significant decrease in the capital adequacy ratio was observed in D-SIBs during the third quarter of 2023. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that Sri Lanka will deploy a navy vessel at the Red Sea to prevent Houthi rebels from attacking ships, thereby safeguarding trade along the sea route. President Wickremesinghe stated that Sri Lanka will allocate 250 rupees million every fortnight for the deployment of the naval vessel. The president said this addressing the Shilpa Abhimani 2023 event in Colombo recently. The president emphasized the potential increase in prices of goods due to conflicts, particularly in Ukraine and Palestine. President Wickremesinghe highlighted that continuous attacks by Yemen's Houthi rebels have led ships to avoid using the Red Sea route. The rerouting of ships around South Africa is expected to indirectly impact the prices of goods. Therefore, Sri Lanka has decided to join the mission to protect against attacks by the Houthi rebels. This comes amid a final warning issued by the United States and 12 allies to Houthi rebels, urging them to cease attacks on vessels in the Red Sea or face military action. The situation in the strategically vital southern Red Sea is at a standoff, with the Bab al-Mandab Strait being a critical waterway for almost 15% of global trade. If attacks persist, there are concerns about potential rises in fuel prices and damage to supply chains. United Nations Assistant Secretary General and UNDP Director for Asia and the Pacific, Connie Wignaraja, expressed her appreciation for Sri Lanka's commitment to uplifting marginalized communities. She said this during a meeting with Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena at the Temple Trees yesterday. The discussion centered around a range of development programs including policy reforms, digitalization, public sector modernization, climate change and more. Prime Minister Gunawardena briefed Wignaraja on the steps taken for economic recovery and long-term infrastructure development. Prime Minister Gunawardena highlighted the significance of broadening the tax base and explained a new tax policy that involves registering all citizens over 18. He emphasized that this initiative would not only boost digitalization plans but also contribute to eradicating corruption, reducing waste, and enhancing transparency. In a move towards further modernization, the Prime Minister unveiled plans to digitalize the tender and procurement system under an e-procurement platform. This initiative is set to take effect in March for local procurements and in September for international biddings. The meeting was also attended by UNDP Resident Representative Azusa Kubota. Trade, Commerce and Food Security Minister Nalin Fernando has pledged a 75% reduction in the cost of living burden by the end of the first quarter this year. Minister Fernando attributed the positive outlook to the initiation of 2024 with a promising economic growth rate. He said this speaking at a press conference held at the Presidential Media Center yesterday. Minister Fernando expressed his commitment to enhancing consumer rights by introducing a new program for the Consumer Authority, providing greater security for consumers. Acknowledging the impact of India's halt on big onion exports, he assured that the situation will be resolved within the next 2 weeks when India relaxes its restrictions on onion exports. In a bid to counteract unwarranted price hikes caused by improper publicity surrounding tax amendments, Minister Fernando announced plans for Lanka Satusa. In the first quarter of 2024, Lanka Satusa aims to open 5 new mega stores and 10 regular outlets, expanding the network to 500 outlets by year-end. Lanka Satusa's goal for 2024 is to increase the total income to nearly 70 billion rupees, achieving an operating profit of nearly 1.5 billion rupees. The company aims to secure a net profit of 500 million rupees amidst economic challenges. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all share price index gained 21.58 points to close at 10,761.61 and the S&P SL20 gained 7.74 points to close at 3,094.65. The turnover was 0.7 billion rupees and over 32 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all we have for tonight. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Have a great weekend.